All right, so today I'm going to cover Proverb 1 on Chapter 1, Strategic Assessments from the Art of War by Sun Tzu, translated by Thomas Cleary. All right, so basically it's a lot of pages that are basically Proverb 1. All right, so what's in boldface, all caps, that's what Master Sun said. And everything else are these translators on the side. And this is the big version. Most of the ones that I'm grabbing from, all of them, are from the small pocket version. If you're a beginner, you should use that one. Okay, so the first one, the first line is military action is important to the nation, is the ground of death and life. All right, so like a job, if you don't, work, you don't eat, in a fight for anything, even competitive or friendly, this is a matter of survival and destruction. Doesn't necessarily mean death in real life, so to speak. All right, so then these other proverbs by different writers, they just support that. And the ones that are very important that I call number one are not any of these on this following page, but this one is crucial. Master Sun, therefore measure in terms of 5 things. Use these assessments to make comparisons and thus find out what the conditions are. The 5 things are the way, the weather, the terrain, the leadership, and the discipline. All right, yeah, that's critical. And then Dumu has a good one. The 5 things are to be assessed. The way, the weather, the lay of the land, the leadership, and discipline. But that doesn't necessarily mean like outside. It can mean as like chapter 10, terrain, talks about the setup. Okay, and so leadership and discipline, the book covers that extensively. So that's an important one. And then some of the other ones support that. So none of the rest of these are ones that I would use at first and call number one. All right, but this one is the way means inducing people to have the same aims, the leadership, so that they will share death and life without fear or danger. Whether it's a football team or a car dealership or it's anything, you're a team, and that's supposed to be everybody's supposed to be on the same page. So the weather means the seasons. I mean, that can be literal, but it can also mean other things, like in a stock market, a bull market, a bear market. Okay, so that's not necessarily literal. It's strategic. And then the terrain is to be assessed in terms of distance, difficulty, ease of travel, dimension, safety. All of chapter 10 is dedicated to terrain, but I still include this as a part of Proverb 1. All right, and so the leadership is a matter of intelligence, trustworthiness. All these are doing is explaining that proverb from earlier. Once you remember that one from earlier, then you don't have to do all of these. So those are the most important so far. This is all still just number one. Discipline means organization, chain of command, and logistics. Still part of number one, explains it. Every general has heard of these 5 things. Those who know them prevail. Those who do not know them don't prevail. All right. So same thing. The next one is therefore use these assessments for comparison to find out what the conditions are. That is to say, which political leadership has the way, which general has ability, who has the better climate and terrain, whose discipline is effective, whose troops are stronger, whose officers and soldiers are better trained. This goes to like a corporate America, whose system of rewards and punishments is clearer. This is how you can know who will win, right? That one is critical. That's Master Sun. That's all caps. And then the next page, none of that is necessary. In the beginning, I will call Proverb 1. And then the last one here would be also Master Sun in all caps. Assess the advantages and take advice and structure your forces accordingly to supplement extraordinary tactics. Forces are to be structured strategically based on what is advantageous. So everything is based on advantage and strategy, right? And I'll call this number 1 because everything that comes after this in chapter 1 is about deception and using the enemy to defeat the enemy and so forth. I'm going to go into that in the next episode. But those are the ones, all of those together I call number 1. Now if you want to remember them better, you want to use the Harry Lorraine memory techniques, I tie that. That picture would be tie. Put a picture in your head that relates to a picture of a tie. My name's Austin with the Art of War Made Easy. Stick around for more tomorrow. Subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell.